Welcome to Chasing K-Dramas, the podcast that dissects popular Korean dramas episode by episode. We dig into the characters, the themes, and everything in between. I'm Chrissy Choi, and I'm here with my host,
Dulcé, Sloan!
Well, we're back at it.
We outside. We're inside. We're doing it.
We're doing it. We barely had a break.
Listen, I am worried about your mental health because you work very hard and I am, according to this podcast, hardly working. Thank you so much. You do so much.
You've been on the road, though.
I have been on the road. I was in Louisville and then I was in Seattle and then I had a show last night.
Yes.
Thank you for everyone who came out to my Super Sweet 16 show. Ding. Chrissy came, and then my friend Q hosted, and then my friend Ben was on the show, and then so Ben Bergman and Kadir Assad, and then Devon Troy did a guest spot, and then Shalewa Sharp. Shout out to Shalewa's, your favorite comic's favorite comic. She came in from New York just to celebrate, and also it's her 16th year of doing comedy too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you guys started. I think she started in September.
Yeah, she started in September. I started in May. And so
I remember everything.
Listen, you just learned this information last
memory.
Night. Yeah, so I had I did a whole Sweet 16 theme, had a little sash, had like treats for everybody.
It was very cute.
Thank you.
Loved it.
I can say it was very low key for a Dulcé Sloan production. I had to talk myself out of a lot of things.
I know you said that you wanted table settings.
I wanted table settings. I wanted to step and repeat. I wanted the whole thing.
I'm glad you didn't get the table settings because those tables are little tiny little tables.
Tiny little tables. But I was able to do my treats, and I didn't do cupcakes because people are like, "Oh, eat frosting," which is, you're a liar, but okay. I don't believe in people that don't believe in frosting. Like, it's how dare you?
You could have had a little like container of it and just
dip.
People could just use it as a dip.
People love a dip.
Little cookie frosting dip.
Frosting dip. So yeah, I got like some cookies and some little dessert bars, and I packaged those up and had a little table, and then put a little banner up. And I had a sash on. So
there was a gentleman in the back, and I believe he was the Australian man. He was laughing so hard and loud. I was like, at first I was like, oh my God, he's really enjoying himself. And after a while, I was like, he needs to shut up. Did you hear
he was
him?
drunk.
He was wasted. He was howling back there alone, and I was like, sir.
Well, he was with some blonde girl.
I think it's his wife.
I couldn't gauge.
He loved you though. He was howling.
Well, I'm excited. Well, the crowd was really good. Small but mighty. Had friends come through. So Callie Scott, Camille Waters, Courtney B, Tunde came, Nori Davis came. So it was nice to have when your friends show up when you're having a show. So that was really nice.
Couple of announcements, right? Okay. So we are turning a year old on February 5th, 2026.
Oh, we didn't do our 100 days.
We did it. It's fine.
Damn.
Or Peggy, as Koreans say, Peggy. No,
listen, we would have just picked a microphone. That's all.
Yeah. So in order to kind of celebrate that or get to that point, we're launching February the 5th, 2026. So we're launching a campaign. It's called Road to 10,000 Sarangees, okay? Yes, Road to 10,000 Sarangees. So our goal is we want to hit 10,000 subs on YouTube because we love YouTube. Oh. That's our goal. We're close to we're around 3,700. So it's a little, it's a steep goal.
We got time.
You know what? I like goals. I like hefty goals. We'll aim, we'll try. So we need y'all's help, Sarangees' help. So please subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. If you're listening to the audio version of the podcast, then, find us on, Spotify, Apple, everywhere else. And then our fan club, which has been so much fun. We did our newsletters. How do we feel about that?
Listen, there's so many newsletters. I have my own newsletters for my besties. And so in the same day, I spent all day writing newsletters because I wrote the newsletter for my besties.
Yes.
So I have a Instagram channel.
Yes.
But I have almost 800 people in it now.
Very exciting.
And then I have close to 200 people signed up for the subscribers for the newsletter. And so I have my own personal newsletter. Mm-hmm. And then I wrote that. And then I did our newsletter.
Yes.
And it was a fun little shift in gears.
Yes.
Because I got to talk about my favorite drama.
Yes.
My favorite Sago drama.
So Club Sarangees, our fan club on Substack for $6 a month. You get all this fun bonus content. You'll see our newsletter. You'll get extra video clips. You'll have a bunch more that we're working on. Then you'll see.
And you're gonna get a Chasing K-drama bracelet that I made. Get you one.
Yes, and you get stickers too.
So this week, I'm going to Hawaii.
Oh my God.
I'm going back to Hawaii.
Really?
Yes.
Where?
So Wait, Don't Tell Me is doing 2 shows in Hawaii.
Oh my God. You know what I love? I should go with you. Do you know that's my all-time favorite shows? Growing up.
I was just on a month ago? It was just on a month ago, acting a complete fool, having a great time in St. Louis.
You and Peter Sagal.
So we're doing a show in Honolulu. So actually we're recording 2 shows out there.
I bet that's going to be packed too.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
So that's actually going to be, so this comes out on Wednesday. So that's going to come out on Saturday.
Okay, great.
So then because I fly out on Thursday.
Oh my God.
And then we will record and then it's supposed to come out. I think that Saturday, maybe the following Saturday.
Yeah.
And then on the 23rd, I'm going to be in San Francisco doing a talk at it's a fireside chat at the San Francisco MoMA. So
Nice. We should also mention actually, in March, we're going to be in DC, right?
Yes, we're going to be at BlurredCon. We're going to be doing a live record.
Yep.
And we're going to be doing a panel. And then I'm also going to be doing stand-up.
And what is BlurredCon for folks who don't know?
So BlurredCon's like Comic-Con for Black people.
Okay, great.
So
I'll be the only Asian there.
No, you won't.
I'm kidding.
There's always an Asian girlfriend somewhere. Come on, Christina. In today's drama chase,
Yes.
we're diving into episode 1 of Genie Make-A-Wish. This show. So our key moments are the lore of the genie.
Yes, we have to talk about that.
Kang's history. The genie and Kang first meeting. And Kang tries to kill the genie, which is crazy. Like the idea, I think I'm going to take this mystical creature off the planet.
So, table setting for the show. So, this show launched on Friday, right? So everyone's been talking about it. It's been very buzzy.
They have been promoting the hell out of this show.
They've been promoting it.
It keeps popping up to me. I keep getting emails. I'm like, girl, I'm going to watch it.
It's everywhere now. And it's very mixed. It has been very polarizing. And I don't think there's been a show this polarizing
really
in a very long time. Yeah. So I've been reading. I've been on the Korean website. So basically, it's split. Some people love it. They think, oh, it's quirky. It's different. I have to say it's different.
It's quirky, too.
It's unique. It's not typical Korean dramas. Like a lot of the themes, the characters, it's a little out there, right? And then other people are like, what the hell is this? What am I watching?
I think the first half of the first...
It's cheesy.
They're all cheesy. All of these things are... we have to...
Yeah.
Listen, you can't be lactose intolerant and you're watching these shows. They're all cheesy.
So for me, I have to say... And maybe we could do that. But first impression, I actually found it. At first, I was like, what is this? Yeah. And then as I'm kind of really watching, it's refreshing for me because I agree with people who are saying that it's different. And I feel like a lot of the shows that we've been watching, especially on Netflix, it's been kind of rinse and repeat.
I mean, that's
Korean dramas are rinse and repeat in certain ways.
I mean, if you watch if you've ever been someone who watched telenovelas, it's the same kind of concept. Right. If you listen to music, it's we're talking about love. We're talking everything. Yeah. Every song, songs are about love. TV shows are about love. It's it's very much the human experience is rinse and repeat. So to be upset, that's why we have fantasy shit because you're like, man, something else has got to happen. Hey, I wonder if a moon comes out, somebody will turn into a dog, right? So you just got so, because that's all a werewolf is. Somebody was like, oh, anything else?
What did you think?
The first episode, I was like, girl, why? Why is she a psychopath? Why is all of this his hair all over the place was why? And then his sidekick Sade, who
do you recognize him
from another drama? Yeah,
he was in Queen of Tears. He was one of the spies.
Girl,
that's the first thing.
But I love the fact where he was like, I picked this face. I picked this face.
I love this face.
I love this face. And I was like, you know what? Run it. We need a big boy. We need to see all bodies represented in Korean dramas. A full-figured man. It was... I can tell you, after watching the second episode, I was like, okay. Because so much exposition happens in the first episode.
Okay, yeah.
To set you up. And so, like, when you get, like... Because the most of it at the beginning is the lore of the genie.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so, there's an exposition, and he's telling us the history of genies and a 5-minute intro into the lore of the genies. And it's like, there was a battle for 300 years, and then God made humans. But it was like he made humans. So it was interesting how they were talking about God.
Yes. And they called him, like, well, I've been calling him Supreme Being, but that's God, right? We're talking about
Right.
God. He's God.
Because he talks about, like, because we're talking about angels, and we're talking about the devil, and we're talking about, because what I thought was very funny was he said, genies are spirits created from smokeless fire, created on Thursday.
Yes.
After angels were made. And I was like, oh, that's...
super biblical.
Super biblical. Because it was very interesting to learn, but it was like talking about the genies and the history of genies, but he's using very specific terms. Because I was like, Iblis, and I was like, I only know that word from... I honestly learned that word on TikTok.
I didn't know that word.
Like, it's...
I only learned that word when this drama was announced because a lot of folks didn't like the fact that he was called Iblis. They didn't like it. So they thought it was cultural appropriation. So there are a lot of articles about that. For folks who don't know what Iblis means, I'll just read out the definition because I think it's super helpful. It's the Arabic name for Satan or devil in Islamic theology. Okay, and he's known for his refusal to bow to Adam and his subsequent expulsion from heaven. Okay, so... this is all tied together. And again, to your point, maybe if he was named differently,
right,
maybe people wouldn't be as upset, but people felt like it was culturally insensitive to use that. And again, we're not from that culture.
I'm not from that culture, but I do wonder if any name other than a Korean name, because if we're following this, this is... the idea of the genie itself is from a certain part of the world.
Yes.
And so is it the idea where it's like genies can go wherever they want to go? Or I feel like sometimes this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. So say we would have just had a Korean name and just been a Korean genie. There would have been like, genies aren't from Korea, they're from here. And like, why didn't you call this? Why didn't you do this? And I'm just like, if he's going by the term Iblis and he's following what an Iblis does, because the first time I ever learned the word Iblis was I was watching Sister Minnie on TikTok. So Sister Minnie is the cat. And so there's a Muslim woman who owns this cat named Sister Minnie, and Sister Minnie will attack her while she's praying. And so, but you also put a hijab on Sister Minnie, and Sister Minnie has like male suitors. And so there's male cats that are full like Middle Eastern outfits trying to, court Sister Minnie, but sometimes while her mom is like doing her prayers, Sister Minnie will like attack her, like just being a playful little cat, like just like a little kicking and stuff like that, and she'll go Iblis, and so that's what she'll call Sister
like
Minnie,
devil.
Okay.
Okay.
And so in the captions she doesn't even have it typed out. It's just the emoji of a devil. So it's a very interesting thing. Yeah. But it's like,
but the word though, I have to say, the name is very appropriate for our genie. Because he is a bit devil-like. Well, he's kind of
he's kind of playful, but also when you were looking up the definition of an Iblis, it's someone who's trying to corrupt a human,
right,
and to get them to commit sins,
right, exactly.
And what she's trying to do is corrupt. We're not talking about the cultural insensitivity. I don't know. If you're telling me that this is culturally insensitive to you, I'm going to accept that,
right.
But I will say, if she called him Iblis, he's doing Iblis shit. He's trying to kill her. Because he says, once I grant these wishes, I'm going to kill you.
I know. He straight up told her that. So the history of the genie, right? So you kind of went through this, right? I thought this was interesting because they actually explained, because I think a lot of us were a bit confused of like, why is this genie Korean? And he does say that he is Arab, but whenever someone rubs the lamp, he becomes the person, I guess, who is rubbing the lamp.
The background of
the person, right? So that's why he speaks Korean. So I kind of like that because I felt like that was going to be a question that everyone was going to ask.
Dang.
So, right? And then
I would love for some New York dude to find a lamp. And then the genie hops out like, yo! Oh my God.
So
some redneck finds a lamp and it's just some redneck.
Turns into like a Southern person. It's so funny.
Oh, that makes me just some Jamaican man.
Right.
Just like, I'm just excited. Oh, I would love to do this sketch where the genie just pops out of the background of whoever rubs it. So it's just like just a British royal. It's like, hello. It's like, hello.
Okay. While we meet the genie and he's talking about his background, it's going back and forth between scenes from Kyung, right? Our lead character.
Yeah.
Kyung's house. She lives in a country house. Mm-hmm. We don't know in which town, but I got strong Yongduri vibes, right?
It's very Yongduri.
It's Yongduri. I was like, oh, this is...
And the house is...
stunning.
She was just walking from room to
Can we
room.
talk about how big that hanok is and
Also,
how modern and beautiful that hanok is?
But the hanok is like, it's also, how is it open concept?
It's completely like they just see the ceiling.
Right. So it's like open concept, but then not, because you see her. So it's like at any moment, you're like, let me just close this paper door. Let me just close this paper door. And all of a sudden, we're in different rooms. But the house is gorgeous. The land is gorgeous.
Yes.
Harmony is, I don't know when she bought this house, but Harmony's doing all right.
Right. So our genie, right? He basically, well, let's talk about the war. There was a war, right? With all the genies.
So there was
right?
a 300-year war.
Between genies and angels, right? Because God wanted to. So genies got arrogant, right? Because they were the only beings at one point. They got really arrogant. So God sent the angels down to battle them. So they battled for 300 years.
Which is a long time.
Very long time. A lot of them died, except our genie, who decided to hide out in a lamp, okay?
He said he's one of the few ones that's left.
Yeah, few ones that's left, right? So because of that, he's basically an internal like damnation, right? Like he's kind of in like hell at this point. Right after all the genies were
killed by the
angels, God created humans, right? Mm-hmm. So God felt that humans were good, right? And he loved humans. Mm-hmm. And the genie's like, no, humans aren't that good. They're pretty bad. So I'm going to corrupt them. But if I succeed, then I get to be freed. I get to be free, and I get to decide where I want to end up, whether it's heaven or hell.
And I've always thought and this is where I always thought about like the legend of the genie was so interesting, because you see the genie has like these cuffs on, right? Because he's shackled to this lamp. And so it's interesting that a being that's shackled to this lamp has to come out and grant wishes. But the wishes, and so that's why as a kid it was always kind of confusing. But then when you find out the full story,
you understand why.
Of the full legend, it's like, oh no, I'm granting you wishes because to show God that you're corrupt.
Yeah.
And that you're not good. So I need to show you that these humans that you made are not good for me to get out of here. So this is my deal. But has he not shown, because he talks about like granting wishes and he's like, all right, people are always corrupt. They always want these things. Has he not, I wonder if he hasn't shown God enough corrupt people yet, because he's still trapped.
I think the wrinkle in that was when he met the young girl, right? The young girl it was the Koryo-shide. So I actually kind of like this because there's a little bit of sageuk here, right? There was a little scene, and I was like,
Three Kingdoms period,
right?
And they didn't pick Sheila because Sheila is usually what people pick.
So it's like Koryo-shide. So this young girl dies, but she sacrifices her wishes, right? She sacrifices herself. So she gives her wishes to help other people. So this completely messes with our genie's plan. So because of that, he has Han towards this little girl.
Because he was saying that, like, you trapped me in this lamp for 983 years.
Yeah.
And he's always waiting for her to come back and be reincarnated.
He wanted to reincarnate. So while she died, he basically watched her body. This was just like, what's happening? In the desert, he watched her like decompose. So her body, her flesh, her bones become dirt, right? Become sand. He grabs the sand
and puts it in an hourglass and hangs it in his house.
Has it in his house. And then he swears to himself that he's going to find this person, the reincarnated version of this girl, and corrupt her. Like, that's his goal. So he asks, Sade.
I couldn't tell in Korean because the only time I've ever seen those letters together was the singer Sade.
So Sade.
So unless he's a smooth operator, I don't know how know how to say
Well, I
his
don't
name.
know for our purpose. Let's just call him Sade.
Why not?
For our podcast.
We love a tight ponytail and a red lip.
We will call him Sade. So Sade is his assistant, and it's really funny because Sade is like screaming into this part. I thought was really funny. He's screaming into the lamp, and he's just like, "Hey, by the way, we're in an era called 고려시대." He's giving him updates, right? So,
hey, master, we have cars now.
Right.
We have horseless carriages. But what's so crazy to me is that the lamp's sitting in the same place, which means Sade leaves because he's like
Sade's yes.
So Sade was like, I went to Korea. I got this face. I like this face. I'm keeping this face.
Yes.
So then we have to explain, one, why the genie's Korean. Two, why Sade is Korean.
Yeah.
He said, I went to East Asia and I liked where I was at.
And then this is the key part. He says, "Oh, this country believes in reincarnation. So you'll be able to meet this person." Also, during the scene, he's like, "Oh, I hid myself away so the lamp is like, buried in the sand." But then did you notice that I think it was Kayoung? She's like swimming. She's like scuba diving. And she like goes down to the ocean. And I'm just like, what was she doing? So did she find the lamp? That's how...
I think I could not understand what the scuba diving was for. I don't know if it was like her doing some death-defying stunt, or I could not figure out why we saw her scuba. Because I saw it and I was like, there's a few times I'm watching this show where I'm just like, do I speak either of these languages? Okay. I know I don't speak Korean, but I can read English. And so the scuba diving thing was quick enough to not understand it. And I wanted to ask you because sometimes subtitles don't tell you everything that's happening.
No, I mean, to me, he was just kind of giving a sweeping history of like where he's been.
Right.
And out of nowhere, I see a Korean girl scuba diving.
So he was under the sea.
What I love though, not really love, but that lamp is huge inside.
It's a TARDIS situation.
Yeah,
Every lamp is big inside.
Love it. He has a sweet little setup. Although that was funny when he was like yelling because he's like, all I have is this small little
I have this one place to sit.
Yes.
But this is my question. If he hid himself inside the lamp, why did he not decorate it how he wanted it? Also, if he's a magical being, how come he can't create himself?
Oh, because I think there was that rule where he can't do anything for himself, right? He can't create anything.
So who gave him the seat? God?
Yeah, I think God did.
God gave him a chair that was too small for him? Well, he was doing wrong.
Okay, so we have this like crazy opening. Then it's the opening credits, right? Which I loved.
It was a fun little cartoon journey.
The music is so it's so good. Like I really like the instrumentation. So that was fun. We discover Kayoung, right? She has a gorgeous hanok. It's great. And you see scenes, you meet her grandmother, 오 방금 할머니, and she's like, she's like getting all the she's basically breaking off the bean sprouts. Before you eat it, you got to like get the stems off.
Is it where the little bean part will be?
At the very end. No. Well, sometimes the bean could be like, if it's like not dirty, but if it's like kind of like you got to clean it is basically what they're doing.
And that little part on the end is where it was in
the stem. So you just have to like cut those off. So when we eat bean sprout, we wash them and we sit there and we have to individually, like we do what the 할머니 was doing. We discover, then we see that scene and then we hop over, right? And Kayoung is going to Dubai. Okay. So she flies to Dubai. She's in this very fancy Korean restaurant.
Very nice.
Right. She walks in. She puts her purse down and she orders this like meal. And she sits, right? And she's waiting. And this icy looking lady comes in, sits, and she's very upset to see Kayoung, right?
She's like, stop coming.
Stop coming. Who are you, right? And then we discover that this is actually Kayoung's mom, who she hasn't seen in a very long time. And there's a flashback to Kayoung's childhood. And we discover that Kayoung was abandoned by her entire family. Her mom, her dad, and her two sisters.
Two older sisters, yeah.
In fact, they don't even like abandon her directly. They like send her aunt to do the abandoning, right? Because she
is a psychopath. And she is apparently, because here's what I understand, is because like when she talks about like not having any emotions, right?
Yeah.
Like not, and the teacher's telling, Haloni, it's like, she doesn't relate to anybody correctly. She doesn't understand this. She doesn't understand that. She doesn't have emotions, but it's like she seems to have anger, down very well. And
yes.
it seems to be the only emotion that she has.
Yes.
Is anger.
Yeah, anger and violent temper.
Anger and violent, and, you know, the mother doesn't want to take care of her, but the mother will always send all of this money.
Right.
To take care of her.
Right. So her aunt gives her grandmother, Halmoni, a briefcase full of cash, and her Halmoni is so upset. She's like, how dare she do this? How dare she abandon her only daughter? I don't need the money. So what she does is she buries the money.
She has 2 older daughters.
Right, 2 older daughters. She buries the money, right?
Which, when I see somebody bury money like this, I just went, just put it in an account for when she turns 18.
I know. But she's crying. You know, there's a lot of Han. There's despair, all of that.
Because it's also watching your daughter abandon her daughter.
Can you imagine?
Girl.
It's this part really had got me. So then Kyung, when she gets older, when she becomes legal, she goes to like the administrative department and she digs up her family records and she's like, oh, my parents aren't dead. They're still living. She finds her aunt and she's like, hey, where's my mom? So she finds out that her parents are living in Dubai. So since that age, I guess since she was like 19, she's been going to Dubai every year, going to that same restaurant, ordering the same food, waiting to see her mom. And this is the moment where she actually meets her, right? And this part, you know, the dissecting of the frog.
Girl, that frog dissection was crazy because the teacher was like, she keeps asking when we can do it again.
I know. So this, again, a lot of these themes, you remember in Queen of Tears when Eun-sung and the dog, we were like, oh my God, is he a psychopath?
Yes.
But then we learned that it wasn't because he was a psychopath. The doggy was trying to kill, what's her face? Hain. Yeah, anyways. I'm just like,
so the dog was trying to kill Han, so he was protecting Han.
Yeah.
But then what about, and then he ends up eventually, you know.
Yeah. But here we have true psychopath because, you know, they say psychopaths
start with animals.
Yeah, start with animals. So she's getting so excited about cutting that frog. And what her grandma does is...
Because you see her like, she has the
she's
pot.
on top of the kimchi pot.
Right, on top of the kimchi pot. And she sits down the frog and the knife. And the grandma's like, what? And the grandma looks up and cuts her hand.
Yep.
Where that scar is.
Yep.
And she was like, the frog is in pain too.
Yeah. So she's like, if you're in pain, the frog's in pain. What did she say? She's like, if you hug someone, and her Harmony's trying to teach her that there's consequences for actions, right? So she explains, if you hug someone, then she's going to hug her. If you cut someone, she's going to cut herself too. And if she kills someone, her grandma's going to kill someone too. So she's basically saying whatever you do and feel, like you don't feel anything, but if you do something to someone else, you're going to I'm going to make sure that you feel that and feel that pain that they're experiencing.
Because I thought she said if she kills someone, the grandma would kill her.
That's what she was saying. Yeah. So whatever, it's like consequences, right? Over whatever you do. So through that, this is how Kyung was raised. Her grandmother was like teaching her like, hey, this is an emotion. This is anger. This is sadness. This is fear. This is all of it. So this is the type of training that she got at a very young age. Okay.
Right.
Which made me cry. So this scene really I don't know. I started crying.
This scene made me go, what the hell am I watching? I thought it was just a genie. I thought this girl was just going to fall in love with a genie. I thought that's what we were doing on the show. Genie make a wish. I thought this girl was falling in love with the genie, and this genie is this evil man. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So this genie is this evil man. He's this evil genie. He's trying to trick people. He's mad at God. They hate people. And, you know, he calls them these lumps of clay. They always talk about Adam being made out of a lump of clay. And so, he's gonna fall in love with her. And this one girl... And she can't, and so this one simple girl, one of her parents had to be dead, and she's just a simple girl working. She's gonna use, of course, she can't use her wishes for anything selfish, and so she's going to use her wishes to either she's gonna fall in love with this genie. I thought that's what was going to happen.
Nope.
I did not expect a psychopathic child choking her grandma. That's what I did not expect to happen. When I turned on my Netflix subscription in my home in the trailer where I pay rent and saw what shenanigans were about.
But
on this TV show.
So the more you think about it, I feel like a common trope, right, that we see nowadays is a very headstrong female character, right?
Absolutely.
We see a lot of Chebble women. We have like the Haynes of the world. Crash Landing on You had that same character as well. Like you have very strong women who fall in love with men, right?
Bon appetit, Your Majesty.
Bon appetit, everything. So I feel like this was kind of, this is similar in a way. Like clearly Kyung, as we learned, she is incredibly confident. She's strong. She has no emotion. So she can do whatever the she wants.
All
you know
she's
what I
got
mean?
is anger and pride. It.
That's it. So it's like a very interesting way of creating a character. Like if you wanted to like change it up, clearly that's what she did, right? Like it's an interesting way to make a character, right? Like,
well, if the goal is for the genie to find someone who is corruptible, and she's as corrupt as can possibly be, because her grandma had to teach her ways to not murder people. So like that's why grandma gives her the watch so she can listen to the watch.
The ticking.
So it's like listen to the ticking. She's like, if you're upset for a minute, wait 2 minutes. Listen to she's like, count 60 seconds. Count as high as you can. So how do you corrupt somebody who is as corrupt as we say a person can be and still be a functional person? Because every day she wants to murder somebody. She spends all day long. She has her routines, and she has grandma teaching her. So she has these rules because she has to stick. Because she's like, me and grandma made a deal. Me and grandma have rules, and so I'm thinking if
she's technically, I don't know if that makes her corrupt though.
What I'm saying is that the fact that she is quote a psychopath, what they call her in the show, I'm not diagnosing a real or a fictional person. She doesn't operate in the same way that regular people operate.
Yes, that's what makes her unique. Yes.
That's what makes her unique. So the fact that she finds a genie, right? So she's out in Dubai. So she like falls out with her mother again.
Right.
And then she's on this trip.
Yep.
And she finds a genie because she's wandering off by herself. And immediately she's like, ugh. Like she finds a genie. She knows what the concept of a genie is. And she's like, 3 wishes, girl, bye. Why the rest of us would be like, girl, 3.
I know, you would get very excited. So
I would get
yeah, because the genie, whenever he meets humans, he always says, he was like, every time I would grant these wishes, they would do just, despicable things to each other.
Just selfish things.
Selfish things, right? She doesn't care. She's just like, go away, leave me alone.
Throws the lamp, it comes right back to her, and then she falls in the wildest way.
Also, that scene where she is like hitting the lamp, but it's like she's beating her mom up.
Girl, that was my girl what moment. That was my girl what moment. I was like, wow, it's so violent. Where she's slamming the lamp into the sand and she's imagining it's her mother. That was my girl what moment.
Yeah. So it's crazy, but it's actually interesting too. So when she's on that desert tour
with that
outfit, but what was interesting was she doesn't you kind of see that she is unable, like you learn that she doesn't understand emotions. She's copying other people because these, there's a mom and daughter and they're like cheesing. They're like, Dubai. And they're being all happy. And she's like, Dubai. So it's interesting. That was a little interesting tidbit that I like.
Well, when they were watching the waltzing genies, and then she was saying a waltz is a dance you do with someone else. This genie's a loser, and they're like, yeah, this genie's a loser, and it was just like, that's interesting. And then moments later, she finds the genie, and I was like, what a weird not a weird photo. I was like, that's an interesting way to foreshadow because now the genie's not going to be alone.
So she sees the genie. So Kim Woo-bin is the actor who plays Genie. I find his acting
he has an interesting face.
Oh yeah, we talked about this. He alien. I think he has an alien face.
Yeah,
alien face. Women love him. He's very popular in Korea. So he was in Kim Eun-sook's show Heirs. So that's where he got his. I had major second lead syndrome for him. Like I really, really liked him. I really hope that the main character would go for him.
It's an interesting look. It's very much like next, other eye, next 5
It's
miles.
like a model face. Like I feel like he's pretty good, like in photos and stuff. He used to be a model.
Oh, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like so, you can put him in a suit, he'd be fine.
Yeah. So he comes out. He has this really, really long. We don't see the hair yet, but like he has really, really long hair.
Because this is when you find out, oh, this show is kooky. Because he's trying to be genie of the lamp, and then he trips on his own hair. And I was like, oh, now we're silly. So now I'm like, okay, now we're doing something else.
This is truly a rom-com. This is very funny. It's silly. He is honestly super dorky. That's the only way to describe it.
Super dorky.
And she's just kind of like cringy. He's cringy. He's dorky. She's just kind of like, I don't really get you. Because again, she has no emotion. So she's taking everything at face value.
Like, what is this? What's going on? Who is this moron? But then while he's trying to be all powerful, he's like nauseous.
Yes, because she was shaking.
Because she was shaking the lamp so hard. And so he comes out and then he's just like falling over because he's like, he's about to throw up because she shook him like a can of soda.
And then she just walks away. She walks away.
She's like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. And just leaves the lamp on the ground. She's like, all right, I murdered my mom in my head. This is a goofy man. Also, if you're a mythical being, my question is this. How is he nauseous if he doesn't eat?
I know. Doesn't make any sense.
Was Shadi bringing him 500 years worth of food?
Maybe. He's packing his little lunch.
Really?
Or maybe God was giving him food.
Oh, like manna from heaven?
Yes, man. He's nauseous from all the manna.
God sent him a tiny seed and manna.
This week's segment, fun facts, right? Not much going on because this drama was a Netflix drama, I feel like there wasn't that much information. And
so this was never aired in Korea and then it's airing here. This is straight up.
This is a Netflix production, Netflix drama. So this is why I think this is the binge, right? If you look at all the Korean dramas produced solely by Netflix, right? They are all binge drops. So Squid Game, The Glory, all of those are very much like binges, okay?
Right.
다 이루어질 Genie. So the Korean title literally translates into everything will come true. So that's a hint, right? Everything will come true.
So they do fall in love.
So it's not Genie make a wish. It's everything will come true. So that's the Korean version, right? The people are super excited for this because Kim Woo-bin and Suzy, so our Genie and Kayoung, this is a reunion drama for them. They were in a drama called Uncontrollably Fond in 2016, and people loved them together. So it's been almost like 10 years. So they're back together. So everyone was really excited. They have some surprise cameos. We have some big people popping in.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I think everyone saw it online, but I'm not going to spoil it. What's interesting is the director changed in the middle of production. So we know what that could mean.
That's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
But if these flashbacks are anything of an indication, I'm looking forward to this new director.
So Lee Byung-hun was the original director. He dropped out for personal reasons halfway through. And
he probably couldn't understand the fucking script.
Ang Gi-ro was the new director who's worked with Kim In-suk, excuse me. He was a director of The Glory. So he came in halfway. No director attended the show's official press conference, which is very unusual. And also, Lee and An are not, the directors aren't credited as directors in the episodes. She's just listed as the writer and like the showrunner. So, as we know, I think, we work in the industry. This means something happened.
Something happened.
And if this drama ends up becoming, if the tone is a little, we know what happened, you know?
The captain of the ship left and now we're just floating in open water.
But I would have to say though, Netflix is promoting the crap out of it.
Oh.
Which means, like, let's be honest, right? If you're a network and if you're an exec there, if you know that the drama had some problems, they're not going to put that much. They're not going to put that many marketing dollars behind it.
They might just it's like sometimes what they'll do with especially with the specials. It's like they put your special up, they promote it a couple times, and then you hope somebody watches it.
Yeah, so you kind of know. So we'll see what happens, but I thought that was very interesting. I was like, huh. They filmed in Dubai. We talked about that. And then the release timing, they timed it because it was Chuseok, right?
That's what I was going to say, Chuseok.
So they really wanted a big bang for this. They were like, this is it. The family's going to be all in town watching. They're going to need something to watch. this is the drama. So I think they really believed in this. Those are the fun facts. I will bring more. So I'm like still reading. I'm reading the articles. I think more things will come out as more people are watching.
There's going to be more fun facts as this show airs, as things develop, as we get more cameos, as we get more characters. Because that second episode, that pretty rich man that showed up, girl,
he was in Pachinko. So I believe he's a Korean American actor. Or he's like studied in America. I may be wrong. We'll do deep dives in all of our favorite actors and actresses.
That makes sense because the way he set up, and I was like, oh, somebody had processed
he doesn't
food
look.
as a kid.
He doesn't look like typical Korean. He looks like Western influenced.
That's GMOs
Asian.
right there.
So she goes back to her hotel room. This part I laughed just because it was so random and just really just his hair is literally covering this suite, this like gorgeous, stunning suite in a Dubai hotel.
And he's like, this is actually how long my hair is.
Yeah. And he's like, but it's actually nice because I could control the length. So it's like convenient. And then she's just like, I just like don't understand how you have long hair, but you have no facial hair. So I thought that was kind of funny.
When she said, so how's your hair this long and you have no beard? And he was like, oh,
he was so offended.
He was so upset. But listen, there's nothing like telling a man his beard doesn't connect.
So this drama too. So Kim Eun-suk is known for her dialogue. It's super fast and witty. I wonder if you did you notice how fast they're speaking?
Yes.
It's pow, 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 you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
it's very bantery. It's super witty.
This reminds me of the scenes now when you have Korean comedies now, like a show that's kind of comedic. Mm-hmm. The pacing is very fast. Although the pacing on these shows nowadays seems to be faster anyway. But it seems like when it's something where it's like if there's a comedic scene, like if you were like Marry My Husband, if there was a comedic scene, the pace would speed up. So the timing for comedy on these shows is very different.
It reminds me a lot of Gilmore Girls. Did you watch Gilmore Girls?
You know I didn't.
Yeah. You didn't. Okay.
No.
Sarah, what's her name? I forgot. Amy Palladino.
Oh, she's known for putting a lot of words and stuff.
Yeah. There's so much like inside jokes. Like there's a lot of like meta stuff happening. There's a lot of these things. And I'm like I like point out the ones that are really funny, but a lot of wordplay too. He starts telling her, right, his history again. So this is why I felt like this episode, the amount of exposition, I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ. It just kept going and going.
Well, because I think
It's a setup episode, but
some of that stuff at the beginning, we did not need
to know.
I did not need to know about the war. I did not need to know. Introducing me to Sade, fine. The Sade coming to see him, hilarious. But there was a lot of stuff that happened in the beginning. He pops out the lamp. Wait, you're a genie. Why do you look like this? Yeah. Oh, because I look like anybody who rubs my lamp. Boom. And even talking about the reincarnation thing.
Yeah.
I know. We're going to have to go too many episodes in before I realize the significance of this girl. And I also feel like we didn't need that either. We didn't need the 983 years. We didn't need a lot of this stuff.
So it's a lot of repetition.
Yes.
And it was a lot of like rehashing. So I agree. I think the pacing of this episode was just like all over the place.
I felt like I was on a roller coaster that kept stopping and starting.
Right. Because again, this is this section where he's like rehashing everything again. And we learn a couple new things, right? We learn about the young girl that, he believes that she has reincarnated into. This was kind of funny. This is like history, right?
Right.
So during the Koryo Shide, she basically wished to help the King Taejo. So she worked with someone, right?
Right.
Who ended up being the first king of Joseon, King Taejo. Okay.
Right.
That was funny. And then but flash forward to the future, she also helped, I forget who it was. Oh yeah. She helped the admiral, Lee Sun-shin. Lee Sun-shin, who's like a really famous general. He battled Japan. What year was it? In the 1590s?
That's what I keep talking about. Japan and China can't sit down and can't leave y'all alone.
So there's a huge statue of him in Korea in the middle of Seoul, right? So she helped him. And then she also helped the Korean independence activist. His name was An Jung-kun. So it's kind of funny because they're like mixing in history together. Right?
Which time that Korea had to get independence from? This is the last time they had to get...
This is the last time. So this is the 1900s.
Got it.
this is how noble and like uncorruptible this young girl is, right? Because her reincarnated version, she's just helping all these heroes, these war heroes.
So every time she comes back, she's next to somebody who's important.
Yeah.
Every time she comes back, it's like, oh, you want to run this country? Or you want to help this country? Or you're going to free us from the Japanese again?
Yeah.
So, and now she comes back as a psychopath who's a mechanic.
Yes. So... yeah, so he this entire time he's waiting for this girl, right? And then you see like little scenes where he's doing that funny thing where he's like, you know, he's like beating up the columns and he's like cementing it back, and then God says F you to him.
Well, because he put F you in the column.
He didn't. God did.
Oh, God
wrote it right because he was talking to God and he was like, God, he was like complaining to him, and God's response is F you. Which I thought was kind of funny.
In the subtitles, it was hard to figure out who said it to who.
I think this drama, I'm assuming it's really hard if you're a non-English speaker, because I was reading the subtitles as well. You can't capture it all. There's no way.
There's too much happening. If you're saying, if this is a Palladino situation.
Yeah. There's too much.
Because I bet you that's one of those shows where you can't translate into another language.
But it's really tough.
If there is wordplay happening in the mother tongue, then some stuff just doesn't translate.
Right. Then we get to this section where he's basically trying to convince, right, Kyung to make 3 wishes.
Well, because he was saying, like, he was trying to say, like, if he promises he finds a master who is pure, he'll banish himself. And if he can corrupt them, he'll be free with the option of going to either hell or heaven. Yes, right? Yes. So, which I don't know why you would give yourself those options.
So basically she asks him, she's like, what do you want from me, right? And he's like, I need you to make 3 wishes, right? But these are the rules. You can't bring anyone back from the dead, and there's no traveling in the future. Right? Other than that, he can do anything. So the love thing, I like noted that love, right? Remember in Aladdin?
Yeah, because we were talking about...
Yeah, you can't make anyone fall in love with you. That's not a rule here. There's only 2 rules. You can't bring back anyone from the dead.
Which is something God can do.
And no traveling to the future. Those are the 2 things you can't do. Which I thought was interesting that they left out the love part.
But you can travel to the past.
I guess so.
You can't travel to the future. You couldn't tell me I can't travel at all. You said I can go to the future.
Yeah.
Anyways. So I go to the past. So it's honestly, if we're talking about like, if you want to go full marry my husband, I don't need the future. I need the past.
Yes.
I don't know what the future holds, but I know what the past held. So yeah, sure, Genie. Let me go back.
Oh man.
Fix this. You know, there's this boy you always liked. Topple that goofy bitch in the face, and you're just like, hey, Brandon.
So now we go through these scenes where they're just like doing like random stuff, right? There's a really funny thing where he's like, let's call a camel. And she's like, we call Ubers now. We don't have camels. And he's like, oh, I heard about those 4-wheeled things. I've never seen a 2-wheeled thing. Because.
And then a motorcycle comes by.
And then like chops his like body off. And you're like, okay, ha 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 ha. And then like there's a random thing. We like kind of learn. Oh, so Halmoni calls Kyung and she's like worried. She's like, hey, like make sure you don't talk to strange men. And then you hear Genie and the Halmoni's just like in shock, right? Then we learn these random things about Kyung. Like she did really well in school. She had did you notice
she had the banner?
She had a banner. You know, if you're smart, you get the banner. And then like there's a random YouTube clip, like someone in her, did you get this part?
No, I didn't.
So a neighbor of hers or someone who lives in her village did an interview with her. Yeah, and the YouTube video is literally called "We Have a Psychopath Living in Our Town." Exclusive interview with Ki Ga-young. Like that's literally the title of the video. I was like cackling. It was so funny. And yeah, that was really funny because she's just like kind of explaining how, you know, she spent most of her childhood harvesting and like farming because her grandma wanted to keep her busy so she didn't kill anyone. He's like literally following her around. She's going shopping, right? We see a Dubai, like obviously they recorded they filmed this in Dubai in like 2024. So you have people, you go to the market. She's talking to all the other tourists. She's talking to herself. She's talking to Genie. Everyone thinks she's a lunatic.
Because he is doing her dirty. Because he won't make himself visible to other people.
And at one point, she curses him out. And this part I thought was so interesting. Like, these are hardcore Korean curse words. Okay? So, she calls him a kezeki, which is son of a bitch. She calls him a shipseki, which is motherfucker. You don't hear this in Korean dramas usually, but I think it's because it's Netflix. You're hearing it. You hear this in movies. And then, these are really bad. My mom's get so mad at me.
Don't say them. Don't say them.
But I want to teach you.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I never learned. Like, I can,
Yeah. I feel like this could be.
Well, I speak functional Spanish, but I don't know a lot of the curse words because if I'm cussing at you, it needs to be in my mother tongue, baby girl.
So, So then the other one is shibai, which is so bad. Shibai.
Oh, I've never said that word.
And then this is really bad too. So this is, I feel like, became really trendy when we were like younger, like in high school, college. So when I went to Korea, I picked it up. I didn't say it, but I said it once and my mom got so mad at me. She was like, do you even know what that means? She gets so upset if I do any Korean curse words. I feel so bad right now. It's chonna, which like literally means like, it means like dick. It means like penis, I think.
Okay.
But then they use it to say like effing or damn shit. So like, yeah. So she in one sentence said all those words and I was like, what is happening? This is edgy.
It's like the first time it's like the first time you heard like bitch on network television.
Yeah.
You were just like, I didn't know they could say bitch on NBC.
I know. So anyways, I was like, oh. So she's cursing him out. She tries to get rid of it. She's really annoyed. She's like, leave me alone. She tosses him into the ocean. He gets wet. And that's the part where he's like
squeezing his hair out. Yeah.
He's doing this. So tons of physical comedy. She's slapping him. She's like beating him up.
She really is.
It's very, very slapstick. Then there's, of course, a cheesing flying sequence, which I
where he made the earth tilt.
Oh yeah, and he like kind of like he pulls her.
Well, she it's not like he pulls her; she falls on him.
I know, and she's like,
and then because I couldn't understand at first what was happening. Also, if he made the earth tilt to make her fall, wouldn't everything else, or is he holding everything up? Is he this magical where he can tilt the whole plane off his axis?
I mean, he's magical enough to fly, so he takes her on this magic carpet ride without the carpet.
Honestly, people would have been mad if he was on a carpet.
That's the entire. I was thinking that I think he does in the later episodes. I saw a preview, but I was like, oh my god, this is our version of a magic carpet ride. And I was like, this is kind of like Aladdin.
Oh, very whole new world that gets real dangerous. World,
only with a very jaunty rock song. It's a song by Stray Kids. I do not like the song because they put you want to talk about cultural appropriation. Like they mix the, Arabic, dun, 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 dun.
The Arab sound, yeah.
The Arab sound, they mix that in there. But fun fact, it's by Stray Kids, right? Boy group. You know that guy with the deep voice?
Yeah.
Felix. He's in it too. He's right.
Yeah.
He's in it too. He's singing it too. So anyways.
We love him. Baby Saja?
Baby Saja. He wasn't Baby Saja. But
I know, but you said he was based on
him. So they're flying around. At one point, they actually land.
On this helipad.
No, on the middle of the street, which I thought was a throwback or, a mention of the K-drama trope. You remember when they're in the middle of the traffic, only, they come down, they fly down or whatever. And then, he drops her off at the helicopter pad. And this is the moment where you kind of see how, not crazy, but like you kind of see what Kyung's about. Like she's a true psychopath. She doesn't care.
You
like
see
nothing
her
bothers
tendencies
because she wants she likes this type of excitement. For her, it's like
because it's life or death, and life or death is as exciting as it gets because everything else is boring.
Right?
And so she tells him this is like her happiness face because he gets a cute, creepy smile, and he's like, "What's happening?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm happy," and you figure out like. She knows how to play him because because the thing is like if you spend all your time trying to fit in, you study people. So she probably, he tells on himself immediately. And so she was saying that like this is the perfect opportunity to kill him.
Right.
And she walks up to him and was just like, which one of your bones will crack first? Like, and he's just sitting there going, what?
He's like, what's happening? And she's like, no one will know. My grandma won't know if I do this. So for her, it's like.
Also, he's not a living.
That's why. So she's like, I've been wanting to kill someone. I've had these murderous tendencies my entire life.
And grandma says I can't.
But she's not going to know I'm going to do it because it's just me and him right now. Me and this Genie.
No one can even see you.
No one can see you. So I'm going to fucking kill you. So what does she do? She
pushes him off this helicopter pad because they're so high up. And he was like, who is even your grandmother? And then he splats. And then he flies back up.
Yeah. And then you know what's so funny? She's saying, she's like, that splat's kind of weird. That was too early to hear a splat.
I understood because I read that and I was like, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
They should have making more time for him to hit the ground.
I know.
They should have taken way more time for him to hit the ground. And so he comes back. He is furious. And she's like, oh, shit. And grabs her by her neck and starts choking her.
I know. Starts like lifting her up. Like, you know, kind of scary.
I mean, they were already flying. So I'm as high as I could possibly be. And he remembers the little girl saying to him, you know, I'll take my punishment for being a good person. And so he, you know, he says that she wishes, you know, that they were different, and he's confused as to why is she so different from the other lives?
Other humans.
Because
he's never seen anyone act like this. So think about it.
Of course not.
No, this person's crazy because every other human he's ever interacted with, they're either super noble like that girl, or they do wishes to help themselves, right? And they're not going to kill him. This guy's like saying, I'm going to grant you any wish in the world. So they get excited. But this woman is out here trying to kill him.
She wants no wishes. She wants nothing to do with him. And then
all she wants to do is kill him.
And then when she sees this magical, like, oh, you can see what his powers are. Because I'm sorry, if you fly me up here, I'm passing out. Once we pass like the 10th floor, I'm gone. I'm brain dead. Like, you can't put me down.
So then she basically is like gagging, and she's like, you know what? She won't. He basically says, you need to beg for your life. And she's like, I'm not going to do that.
Nope.
You need to make this. You need to beg for your life. You need to make this into your first wish. She's like, I ain't doing that. Nope. You know what I mean? She's like, you know, none of her wishes will benefit her. And he's like, you're really clever. You're right. My true plan. And he tells him his true plan, right? After the 3 wishes that you wish for are fulfilled, I will be free. Right?
But would he be free because is she a pure person that he has to corrupt?
He would be free because he believes that she's going to be corruptible, right?
Because this pure soul got reincarnated. Yeah. But it's interesting. And she was like, oh, yeah, if that's the case, you know, how about he forgets the wishes and just throws her off the building now? Yeah. Right? Like, just go ahead and kill me. And she starts laughing, and she says she's having so much fun, and she starts laughing like a psychopath.
And he is terrified.
He is like, oh, what am I doing? Who is this bitch? But if you think about it, if the soul has a sense, right? And the soul knows that he's been coming back to try to corrupt. If the soul has any idea what the plan is, if the soul comes back in this person, this is the perfect protection for the soul. Because it's inside of someone who's technically not. Who I'm sure he's never met a human. It's like, kill me. Yeah. Throw me off. I'll kill you or you kill me. And she's like, and because I remember her going, this is the best fun I've had in a long time. Yes. She's like, I'm having a blast.
She's giggling.
He's choking her.
And she's happy. And she's like, this is so much fun. I've been so bored. And this is so much fun.
And he's like, and she's like, I'm having a blast. This is amazing.
So what's really funny about this is that it's almost like, again, the Genie character, he's supposed to be like devil-like, right? He's supposed to be the evil one. He's supposed to be the cunning one. But this is a complete reversal because he's literally like, he's evil, he's bad, he needs to like corrupt people. But he's like, what's happening? Because he's never encountered, like, she's the true devil, if you think about it. She's the true devil. She
spends every day trying not to kill somebody. I know. He spends every day just trying to get freed from this, you know, accessory, this home decor. And she is spending every waking moment trying not to murder somebody.
Yeah, every day.
Because it's like his job is to corrupt, right? And so if she doesn't feel all of the range of human emotions, right, and she's only feeling like anger and basically disgust and frustration, how do you corrupt her?
Right.
Like, can you corrupt her?
Yeah.
Because then you'd have to basically change her programming to be able to affect her at all.
Yeah, and for someone with no emotion, they're not corruptible.
Right, or only negative emotions. Because
Yeah.
it's only a negative emotion. She's only trying to just figure things. She's only trying to function every single day. So if she's like, she needs her, I have this deal with my grandma. I told my grandma I wouldn't kill people.
Yep.
So it's like, who is the bad guy?
I think right now, I
think they're pretty even. I don't know who the bad guy is. Because if it comes to, he's the bad guy in her life, but she's the bad guy in his
life, yeah.
Because if he can't corrupt her, then he has to wait for her, because she's in her late 20s, early 30s?
Yeah.
That means he has to spend, because he was in that lamp for 983 years because her soul hadn't come back yet.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, he came back in the 50s.
Came back,
So
but
he came back in
he
the
was
50s.
not able to, but every time she was uncorruptible, right?
Right. So he's been waiting 983 years, and every time you come up, it's like, and then finally it's like, all right, she's back. She's better than ever. Oh, she is wild.
She's crazy.
She's crazy.
She's genuinely crazy. So this drama, wow.
Because I do wonder what her first wish is going to be.
I know.
If she has to make one. Also, they have to fall in love.
Which at this point, I'm like, how does that even work? She has no emotion. So the whole point, if she's a true psychopath, right? If she, we learn in the next episode, she has antisocial personality disorder, right? If she's a true psychopath, I don't think she's able to fall in love. So I guess in this drama,
Well, she can definitely fall in anger, because she can definitely be pissed.
But I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna work. Again, for me, it's funny because it's witty. It's cringy at times for sure, but
her
think
dialogue is great, and then seeing the comedy of him.
Yes, it's funny. It's funny and it's weird. It's a quirky drama.
I'll tell you.
I don't hate it.
My brain broke when we found out that she was a psychopath, because I was like, what the hell is this for? But then I was like, okay, now I understand. How can you corrupt someone who really doesn't want things?
She doesn't want anything.
All she wants is to murder.
Yeah.
And that's not a wish.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. She can't, because she has to physically kill someone. If she wished for him to murder people, that doesn't count, because she didn't get to do it.
But we also learn in the next episode, she is very straight edge. She's like a Girl Scout, because again, her grandmother instilled the rules in her life, right? So she's very she's like, I've never done anything bad in my life. She says that.
Right.
So we can dig into that more, but it's this is interesting.
It's interesting.
It's gonna be, listen, we are gonna be very we won't be bored.
No.
This is not a boring drama. I don't think there's gonna be a moment.
I don't even know what the hell is happening. Because I'm watching, I'm just like, all right, girl.
So that was episode 1 of Genie Make-A-Wish.
Listen, and we're back next week to chase the second episode of Genie Make-A-Wish. What did you think of the pod? Submit your questions, thoughts, rants, prayers, or whatever at chasingkdramas@gmail.com, and we'd love to hear from you directly. So follow us on the socials and subscribe. Follow all of the things, the YouTube, the Spotify. Sign up for the newsletter. Join Club Sarangees. And come through, show up, show out. We're trying to figure out if we should do another live episode or not. Let us know. Did y'all enjoy the live episode? Let us know. We love doing it. We love having y'all. It was great meeting y'all. And we'll see y'all on the next K-Drama Chase. Sarangees!
Chasing K-Dramas is hosted and executive produced by Dulcé, Sloan, and me, Chrissy Choi. I edit the audio and video, and our production is led by Thomas Yuen from TY Media and Go Get 'Em Productions. Our artwork is designed by Screen. We're an indie podcast, and we're always looking for fun partnerships. If you're a brand that's interested in sponsoring your chases, or if you're a fan who just wants to stay in touch, please check out our website at chasingkdramas.com.